Hey guys, it's Blue and welcome back to some more Sky Wars. It's not Sky Wars, it's a freaking Badlion client video. Oh my god. Hey guys, it's Blue and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be showing off my mods of 2019. So every year I do one of these videos, and if anything does get updated, I do try to let you guys know. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and open up our Badlion client. So for people who are just wondering, I don't use Forge anymore. I'm using Badlion client. I used to hate clients and say I'm never going to use a client, but then I tried out Badlion client, and then it just, you know, came from there, and I'm starting to like clients a lot more. And Badlion client is great. Definitely recommend it. I haven't tried any like Hyperion or anything like that, so for people saying that Hyperion is better and wanting me to change to anything like that, it's not happening. I'm staying with Badlions because I don't feel like just changing lots of clients or changing clients over and over again. I'm sticking with Badlion. But anyways, let's go ahead and open up the Badlion client settings, and let's go ahead and scroll all the way up to the top and begin this release of what mods I use and all that stuff, because some I don't really use, some there's no need to. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the first one, and the first one is the block hit animations, which is definitely useful if you like block hitting. I don't really block it much, but pretty much it's all 1.7 animations, and I have everything turned on for that. So yeah, armor status, don't really need it, don't really have a need to. I mean, I guess if you're playing UHC, I guess that would be a pretty good factor to have, but you know, not really needed, so I don't really use that. Auto GG, pretty self-explanatory, just auto says GG for you in chat. Definitely think that should be on because, you know, gotta get the karma and everything. So yeah, you can also change settings on it, but you don't really need to, really. So auto text, I don't really know what that is. I have that on, but yeah, I have that on, but I don't. Oh, it's just like to make, I guess that's useful, but I'm not gonna set that up now. I'll do that after the video. Anyways, next thing is auto tip. Very self-explanatory. It auto tips people every once in a while, and it's good to have on because, you know, you're tipping people. But yeah, the next thing is the block overlay mod, and I think everyone has at least questioned me about this every single time. And yes, I'm using shaders today. But if we go into F11, I don't know if it'll do it here, but it doesn't do it here. But if you do hover over, you know, blocks or anything, it does have that rainbow overlay, and pretty much what that is it's the block overlay, and you can go ahead and change it in the settings and everything. It's very self-explanatory, very easy. Lots of the settings in Badlion client are way more simple than, you know, some of the mods in general, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, boss bar, which I don't really have on because it just, I feel like it's just, you know, too much, and it just takes up too much space pretty much. Don't really need that on. But yeah, the next thing is CPS, clicks per second. It's the tracker, you know, because, you know, I get the great CPS, you know, 7 CPS for the win. But yeah, I have that on. It's right down here, and you can go ahead, change all the settings. They have the fancy font. I really don't like the fancy font that much. And yeah, the next thing is the chat. Badlion has its own chat system thing. I don't know if all clients do. I just like, you know, the regular Minecraft chat, so that's why I have it on, or I mean, that's why I have it off. So yeah, the next thing is Clan Wars. I have no idea what that is, and I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that. Clearwater is great. Always have Clearwater on. It just makes everything look better. And if you're using, I don't know, like default pack, for example, the water in the default pack is just terrible. So definitely recommend just turning that on. It's great. So yeah, and then the opacity and all that stuff, you can change it. I just have that at 0. I just changed it to 0. But yeah, the next thing is coordinates, and I'm so glad a coordinates mod like this is on. I don't really know what else you would do, but top left is what it is, and as you can see, it, you know, point southwest, north, east, all that stuff. And it's exactly like Baddie's coordinates mods, but a lot more simple, because Baddie's coordinates mod was like so hard to set up, and sometimes it didn't work for people. So I'm really glad that it's very simplistic like this, and it's so easy to set up. And yeah, The next thing is the Crosshair mod. As you can see here, I have the blue Crosshair mod. I used to have another Crosshair that looked kind of pretty much exactly like this, but that was with the Crosshair mod itself in Forge, not this one. And then it's the exact same settings. You can go ahead and change it if you want it to be like hostile mobs on and blah blah blah, and the colors. So you know, I just have it at a solid blue for everything. Next thing is direction, if you wanted a compass instead of these coordinates, but I think it's a lot easier to have your coordinates on, just in case if you're wanting to know where someone is, or where that someone is wanting to know where you are, because you can just go ahead and read off the coordinates. So yeah. The next thing is the enchanting glit. Keep that on because you'll get confused with non-enchanted items and enchanted items, so just keep that on. FOV changer, don't really mess with that. I don't really like messing with it because it just really does change up everything, so I just have that off. FPS, it just shows the amount of FPS, and you can go ahead and change all the settings and everything like that. Full bright, I think that's for like chat reasons. All this stuff right here, besides the item counter, I don't know if anything interests you guys in here, but yeah, item counter would probably be the only thing that I would want to have on, but it doesn't really seem that useful. The next really big thing that I think everyone does have is keystrokes. It pretty much just tells you when someone is pressing down WASD. They have the left mouse button and the right mouse button on here, so you can go ahead and edit all that stuff, you know, change everything. But yeah, anyways, I think I should actually just turn that off since I have the CPS right there. But yeah, that looks a lot better and more clean. Anyways, the next thing is level head. This is something that just got added, by the way, and if you guys don't know what that is, as you can see, I'm level 122, and this shows up on everyone's heads, and you can just see all of you know, the different people and what their levels are, so that's pretty cool. I just like having that on for some odd reason. I have no idea. Anyways, next thing is mini map. Not really gonna go into that because it's not really that important. Next thing is motion blur. Already did motion blur. I guess you could say the challenge. I don't even know. I just did that for fun. You can see you know, the blur amount. You can, you know, measure everything out to your likings. I don't have that on because I don't like it. Particles are off because they just get in the way. 3D perspective I have on, but I don't really use it. I'm fine with using toggle perspective, and plus it glitches out when I use it because I set the key for the exact same thing as toggle perspective. So I think that gets a little bit weird. Ping I have on because, you know, instead of just you know, clicking tab to see what your ping is, or you know, anything like that, I just have the ping on here, so you can just look down and it's perfect. Potion status is great. Love having that on because you can see, you know, I have speed infinity, you know, in lobbies, and you can always check when your speed is going to run out, or strength, or fire resistance, or anything like that, and it's just great to have. The next thing is reach display. I just recently actually turned that on, and what it does is that it does measure the amount of reach you do have to your opponent or whatever, and I haven't set up any of the colors yet, so you know, that's pretty cool. I'll have to do that later. But when you're fighting something or fighting someone, it just shows the reach, and I guess if your viewers think you're a hacker or assume you're hacking, that's pretty much saying that you're not a hacker, so that's pretty good to have on. I think that's another new thing that they did add to Badlion Client. This is version 2.4.1, and yeah, the next thing that I do have on is scoreboard. Pretty self-explanatory. You can change all this stuff. I don't really need to change any of that stuff. But yeah, the next thing is time changer. I just have it frozen on day, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, but I usually like to have that on because, you know, that's cool. I'm trying to click the settings. I have no idea what that was going on to. I just have it set on this time zone, whatever. I don't even know. Not time zone, but the time in Minecraft. Anyways, toggle sneak is pretty much toggle sprint. I have it on toggle sprint only because I don't think toggle sneak is allowed on Hypixel, so I just have it on toggle sprinting at all times. And you can see when I'm not sprinting, it does take that off, and when I have the mod on, it comes back on. That way people don't think I'm like toggling or like hacking somehow. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That is it for my Badlion settings of 2019. If anything does change in the future, I do make sure to tell you guys, but I am sorry if I don't. Anyways, that's it. Make sure to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.